Mid-Valley Sports Show as we reach the 11th day of August. We've got about 16 days until the high school football season begins. August 27th, which is a Thursday night, kicks everything off. August 28th for real, which is a Friday night. A lot of good games on Friday night this year, too, and we'll talk about that for the 28th coming up. We talked about a little bit Mid-Valley, and I think for the most part, there's a lot of those teams that were in the mix last year look like they will be again this year. And, of course, now we're going to talk a little bit Southeast.
Yeah.
The Southeast is interesting.
Now, we just posted that poll this afternoon, and it's going to run till Thursday, and we'll announce the winners on the top 4 teams on Friday's 10. But right now, leading that poll, 50% at 4% of the vote, is the Cathedral Phantoms.
Cathedral Phantoms,
And then you got Downey Vikings. These teams are separated by a vote. Crescenta Valley, I don't think there's any argument there. No one's arguing with any of those teams. St. Francis Golden Knights, no argument there. Okay, that's 4 teams, right? And then your 5th team is La Mirada. So you got 5 teams there. Next one is Lucerna. I don't know if Lucerna's a Final Four team again this year. We'd have to really find out, you know. And then you got El Rancho, which I'm not believing in El Rancho. There's a lot of high hopes down at Dominguez right now. And then I don't know. We know Muir has its issues. Here's an interesting team that does.
What was Muir, 8th or something?
Muir was like about 10th or something.
Okay.
And then you got Burroughs. And Burroughs would be interesting. I want to see what happens with Burroughs because of Chance Bell.
I think
they got 2 good quarterbacks. They got 2 Amala, and the one you guys liked at One Blood was Hubble.
Yeah.
And Hubble's not supposed to be their starter, but he looked good. That's why Keith Newt is all you know. What did Austin Powers say? It's all craps and giggles or something like that. You know, that's why he's so happy. Broussard's optimistic, and here's the other team that they're very optimistic is Salesian, right?
Yeah.
So Arcadia, people are talking Arcadia stuff. I mean, you've got guys here, and then you haven't even touched
Burbank, right?
Well, Burbank
was,
Burbank's positive, but I don't know about Burbank right now. But you haven't even touched talking about Harvard Westlake, who was very good last year, and Paramount, who always has athletes, and then you haven't even touched Mayfair yet.
Yeah, Mayfair, and then Bellflower. People probably expect them to be down.
I think there's some apprehension about Mayfair because they're dealing with a new coach.
Yeah, but he's familiar with the area and he knows things, and I think he's going
to
open
up the same thing with Bellflower.
Yeah,
too. So
but hey, Mayfair's got Isaiah Jackson though.
Yeah,
he's got my guy Isaiah.
Yeah, I got been there for like 10 years.
He's got my guy.
Is he like a 5th-year senior?
He's going to get.
It seems like I got been there for about 7 years.
He's going to get the Herschel Dennis Award because it seems like this is the breakout year, and it's going to happen. And
the only team I definitely think that the team would be too high there is El Rancho.
Yeah,
you mentioned that because it's just, I mean, last year they were such a high note and everything with that offense that Vinny Lopez was running, and then he steps down and you got a new guy coming in, and nothing against a new guy, but not only that, you lost a lot of those players, not because he came in. I mean, they graduated.
But you also got a new guy who was from outside what the program was. The whole idea was to keep. I mean, from the outside, keep it in house and bring in what's his name, and make it official, Yost, and now you're creating something new. And one of the things we talked about was, for the last three quarterback rotations there at ER, who's going to be their quarterback, and they always find a quarterback who's a stud, and
now part of it might have been the schemes and such that Lopez
but what? They found him. Yeah. But now you got to find that quarterback, and now you got to find, that system. You're getting a new coach. Yeah. And so, I'm not confident for them, but when you look at the Southeast total, you're talking probably 7 or 8 teams who could reasonably argue for a spot in the Final Four. And I don't even think I'm considering Lucerna there, who, out of respect, you got to say, you know what? You got to respect Lucerna.
Yeah, I never like to rank Lucerna because I know last year we had that conversation too. Is are they a Final Four team? Are they not, or whatever? They end up beating St. Francis.
Andy went out the first week and they lost, and he says, "I'll tell you right now, they're a Final Four team," and we kind of laughed at Andy a little bit. And Evan Pacheco had a great year, and then he's graduated now, and there's been some turnover because Beltran wasn't there most of the summer,
but
he's back now. So. But that program's in place, and no one on our board yet has voted for the Cal Condors, and they're not even in that top 8. But people are very high on the Cal Condors right now.
Yeah, they are, and they last year they maybe didn't meet quite expectations. They got beat pretty bad, but last year was El Rancho's year in that Del Rio League. So I remember they got beat pretty beat up there, but I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. Of course, it's hard to vote against Cathedral because they got the returning quarterback in Tovar.
But see,
So I think, but the thing is, Cathedral for a couple of years now is one of those teams in a way like a La Mirada. If they get in the playoffs and you think something's going to happen, and then they drop it.
That's Cathedral's MO, along with La Mirada and even St. Francis.
And I think even the Cathedral Hunts will tell you it's like, no, this is disappointing because Final Four team, they should be there. They should be winning a title is what they think, the Southeast title, and they're not.
Have you done a game at Cathedral yet?
I haven't. No.
Okay, well, get some good parking.
Yeah.
But it's a spectacular facility. I mean, it is just
Parking's
awesome.
bad,
Parking's
but once you get in there, it's great.
It is an awesome facility. I mean, it is. It's a D3, maybe even a D2. It more stands for a D2. Yeah. But as far as facility and the way it's nice. Yeah. It really is. And so it's kind of an interesting thing. You're always going to say, La Mirada has the talent, Cathedral has the talent, St. Francis has the talent. So you got to make them a Final Four team. But when you look at the record, it's like you always want to write off a Lucerna, but Lucerna keeps producing every year, and they get to the Final Four or they get to the finals, and so it's interesting watching them and how this all plays out. And again, I don't know the last time you talked to Trudell, but man, the feedback I got, I think a couple weeks ago when I mentioned Cal in my column, I don't know, people are really up for this team.
Yeah.
For Cal right now, and that's going to be exciting to see, and that makes that division, that league, the Del Rio, interesting because if ER is going to take a step back, Santa Fe is lost its way. Whittier and Pioneer, we know what they are. They need Cal.
Yeah, Cal might be a team. I'll check out maybe this weekend. That might be a trip I make Saturday or something.
It'd be funny if you got out there and Trudell says, "I don't know what you're talking about, man. We're dying here." But Trudell's not that kind of a guy.
He goes, "No," he goes, "We're not." But the thing is, real quick on La Mirada, I'm afraid, like, whoever does that, I know we do our top 10s every year or something like that. I'm almost afraid to put a La Mirada, even though they're so talented, as a number one team in the South.
Well, I don't think you have to put them at a number one team right now, based on
I'm just not buying a number
performance, but they've got to be in the top five.
And you got to ask what's telling you not to do that. It's history, or is it what you really know now? Do you remember...
Probably history, just because of what they keep doing.
4 years ago, I think I was doing the Southeast, and I did not put Dominguez in the top 10. And a lot of the people at the other affiliations here, they all go, "How could you not have Dominguez?" Because I knew what I saw, and I knew what I was reading, and stuff. And Dominguez is strong.
That year they were down.
They were down.
Yeah, they stopped.
And stuff, and they're kind of gaining some more traction now, and they could be a pain in the butt because they got a huge offensive line. They got 1,000-yard backs, and they're just going to grind you and stuff. And they can cause trouble for people too. So it's just interesting how that's all going to play.
But just what sticks in that craw for La Mirada is just losing the playoffs.
Real quick, Dwayne just gave us the two finger. And look at this real quick. Got 5 leagues in the Central Division. It's right in front of you. Can you read that?
Pretty much.
Okay, good. All right. So when you go to, I forget the name of the league. We got the Hacienda League, and then what's the other one with South Hills? What's that league called now?
Oh,
I keep forgetting anyway. Yeah. But South Hills, Glendora, Claremont, Bonita, Diamond Bar, Ayala. That's a heavy league. Let's just say Ayala and Diamond Bar are down. You're supposed to believe in Bonita, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're supposed to believe in Bonita. Claremont has Duitran Sampson, although they got a new coach, but they didn't have a quarterback last year. And
they didn't have to because they were in Duitran.
Yeah. So South Hills and Glendora are the 2 teams in that league that are the ones that I believe in making a deep run. And then you go over to the Hacienda.
I think Bonita's going to get to this.
Yeah. Do you think they're a Final Four potential? You've seen them.
Not Final Four.
Okay.
But
oh no, I'm not going to argue.
They'll be knocking the door.
I'm not going to say they're not good. I'll never say that Bonita's not good. Then you got Charter Oak, West Covina. I think either one of those teams could make a run. Do you think Los Altos has enough in the can to make a run?
Yeah, they do.
Do you think Chino has enough with Cenicero in his first year?
Not this year.
Not this year. I don't think so either.
Not
I know.
Are we going to not give Diamond Ranch the benefit of the doubt because of their awkward change of coaches?
But not for Final Four.
Not for Final Four. Do you think Chino can make a Final Four run?
No.
Okay. Los Altos, you do believe?
I do.
Yeah. So there's 3
Los
teams.
Altos on the lower levels.
3
their
teams
freshman
in the
team was like 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 3 in the Hacienda, and then you got what is that? The Sunkist. You got Kaiser, and that's the only team I really believe in the Sunkist League. And then you got in the Mount Baldy, you got Colony, Chaffee. But Don Lugo's the other team. And I almost pulled something with Don Lugo last year when they almost beat Monrovia in the first round.
Yeah.
I keep an eye on them, But I really only truthfully believe in Colony right now, as far as a Final Four team, and then Monrovia.
Yeah.
Even though I
San
think,
Marino, I think, could get that Final Four too.
really,
Yeah.
really, you like San Marino, say, better than Los Altos?
Probably on par, and on
I
par
think
with West
Los Altos
Covina.
would be
Because
the
West
better.
Covina, with what they have, great coaching staff up front is where they're concerned.
See, I think it would be.
You're concerned for Covina's up front?
West Covina.
West Covina's up front?
Yeah, because we saw him out there, and Maggiore was you were talking about. But I think as far as Monrovia, San Marino, I think it would be an either or. Like either San Marino's a Final Four team or Monrovia would be a Final Four team. I think out of the real Hondo, I think it would be Monrovia.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Next week, we will talk Northwest, Maranatha, Rio Hondo Prep. We'll get some of that stuff going, some of the stuff going on up the coast. This is the Mid-Valley Sports Show. We'll talk to you next week.